Hi everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where it's Tuesday the 5th of March 2024 and we're back down here at Thorpe Park to check out the latest construction taking place on Hyperia.
Since last time we was here, so much has happened, including the drop being put into place. This drop looks amazing.
It looks like it's going to be one of the best first drops anywhere in the world. This is our first time seeing it because of course it's been just over a month since our last Hyperia update with us being out in Florida. And yeah, I'm really excited to see it. We're going to firstly have a look at the drop and the lift hill that started to go into place from this side of the lake. We're making our way down to Monk's Walk and having a close-up look. But you know what? Just driving down here and seeing it through the trees, it's so exciting, isn't it?
We was like, oh my god, look how tall it's looking now.
It is crazy just how big this is to see such a huge ride in the UK, and that drop looks insane. It really does. So come and join us here on Theme Park Worldwide as we take a good close-up look at the latest construction on Hyperia, the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster, opening this spring. Straight away, when you look across the water, you realise just how tall this coaster is going to be. It looks fantastic, and just to see something like this being built in the UK is very exciting. You've got the huge crane there off to the right-hand side, and you can just make out the cherry picker there in the shot as well. And as you'll find out in just a couple of minutes, we were lucky enough to see the next two sections of lift hill being put into place today. But firstly, let's just look at the support structure there and that huge drop. I mean, this is going to be terrifying for people, especially you think about the general public, people that aren't enthusiasts. To be going down that drop with just a lap bar is going to be quite an experience. I think people are going to be terrified riding this, and you know what? It looks like it's going to be an absolutely amazing first drop. Got to be one of the most impressive and scary looking first drops out there on a coaster, so I think that's going to go down really well. You can also see the lift hill there, and also the little brackets on the side for the catwalk, the steps that will lead up the lift hill there as well. And yeah, it's quite a steep lift. You'll see that from better angles during this video later on. But yeah, I just wanted to show you it firstly here from across the water and how insane that drop really is. Some brilliant elements on this ride. It's going to be crazy. Right next door to the motorway, another angle then. And as we zoom in towards the structure, again, seeing it from this angle, you realise just how big this really is, towering up into the sky above Thorpe Park. You can see the lift hill there on the left-hand side, and then a nice close-up there of the drop. So you're going to come off the top of this lift hill. If you're on the front, you're going to get some crazy hang time, and on the back, hopefully you're just going to get whipped down into this drop. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. But also, with the drop, you're kind of going to come straight down first before twisting, which is going to be great. And the twist actually starts lower down on the drop than I was expecting. I mean, of course, we've seen the plans for this, but, you know, there's nothing quite like seeing it in person go into place and realising just how big and then much of a monster this coaster is going to be. But yeah, you can kind of see it better from this angle. This is kind of taken from the Thorpe water ski area. You can see that twist that starts really halfway down, which is going to be a great element on this ride. Some other nice views of the inversions there as well, including that massive stall, which looks crazy too. I mean, that's the word to sum this up. Crazy, ridiculous, like, you know, just seeing some of the elements on this, insane. Like, that's another word that describes this coaster, just seeing it go up. And then yeah, you can see the lift hill sections there off to the left hand side. But yeah, from here you also realise as well just how big of a support structure Hyperia has got. I mean, look at that. It's very impressive to look at for something that's quite compact. You know, it's all very close to each other, this ride, built on top of each other. But yeah, what a support structure, the designing that's gone into that. Here we are then over on the Thorpe Park car park, and look at this from here. I mean, I feel sorry for poor Saw the Ride, because look at that now compared to Hyperia there behind it. That massive stall just there as well, which looks fantastic. And then, of course, the drop to the left-hand side. I mean, you imagine, you know, pulling up onto Thorpe's car park, seeing that drop and thinking, wow, we're going to be riding that. It's going to be an amazing opening day for this. Like, it gets me so excited for the atmosphere. And I think this ride's going to have a lot of hype, Hyperia, for a few years, because people are just going to be wanting to ride this. I mean, look at that, like, from the car park. It's a real statement piece for this park and the UK theme park industry. And, of course, Thorpe Park's had the rebrand for this year as well. There's the new logo going up at the entrance as well. We were lucky enough to see that go into place today, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how the rebrand looks around the rest of the park and the updated colour schemes too. And one more look here from the Thorpe Park car park. Pictures and videos do not do this justice. Honestly, it looks epic. Well, we just had some close-up looks there at the drop from various different angles further away, and it looks incredible, doesn't it, Charlotte?
I can't believe how good that drop looks. I just cannot wait to see how it rides.
Oh, that's the thing. Whether it's going to be a front row ride, a back row ride, I think it's going to be one of them that's great in any seat, but probably on the back, it's going to whip you down that drop, and it's going to be crazy. It looks like it's going to be one of the best coaster drops anywhere in the world, and it's right here in the UK. Anyway, we're making our way now down Monk's Walk. We've had quite a lot of trips down here over winter, haven't we?
We have, and I'm onto my second pair of shoes.
You know what though, it's been worth it to bring you all the updates and come down here and see it for ourselves, because there's nothing quite like watching the coaster construction, especially when it's the tallest coaster to ever be built here in the UK. So we're going to make our way down here and let's have a close-up look, because so much has happened since it was last here just over a month ago. Now, it was perfect timing with our trip down Monk's Walk, because as soon as we arrived, two pieces of the lift hill had been joined together and were started to be lifted into place. Now, this was fantastic. It actually created an amazing atmosphere down there. About 15 hours were watching all of this get put into place, and that's the thing with any coaster project, but especially something so huge and iconic like the UK's tallest and fastest coaster. There's just been an amazing atmosphere throughout this build, and it's been wonderful being part of that and everybody coming together and just seeing a ride like this go together. So it's not always about just watching the coaster, it's about seeing everybody else and everybody coming together for a project like this as well. And yeah, the atmosphere was brilliant. Now look at the size of this, two sections joined together, and also it gives you an idea on the scale of it. If you actually look on the lift hill, you can see a construction worker who's just sat on the steps on the catwalk, and that gives you a good idea there on how big this section is. He's just coming into view there in his orange high vis, and the construction workers in the cherry picker at the top section there as well. Now this took about 25 minutes or so to actually lift up and get kind of into place, and they managed to fasten the bottom section in quite quickly. It took them about an hour or so after to fasten the top section in. But these things take time, you know, and to get these shots and photos, yeah, it takes time. And that's the thing, you've got to have a lot of patience watching coaster builds like this, because, you know, you don't know when these things are going to happen. You know, it's just a fluke that we were down there today and saw this going into place. And it sounds like tomorrow is going to be even more exciting, but I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But yeah, these two sections going in, of course, they're put into place onto the supports that are already existing there that were put in before. And here's some footage of them lowering it very close now. It's all precision, isn't it? Getting it into place there to make sure that they don't hit any other supports or track as they're lowering it in. Especially, as I mentioned earlier in the video, with Hyperia being quite compact, they've really got to make sure that, you know, it's being lifted in with precision just here. So yeah, it was about 15 minutes into the process, the shot that you can see just here. And they're gradually lowering it down and literally touching it by hand to get it into place there. It is really precision, and it was amazing to watch. And that's the thing, all the teams building these rides, they do an amazing job, they really do. And I know it's the profession, it's what they do all the time, but I still find it fascinating, you know, how they manage to get it perfect. Now, I've sped this footage up here a bit. If you're thinking, blimey, they're moving fast now, there's some time-lapse footage of them just gradually lowering that down into place. And I thought I'll zoom out a bit again just to give you the scale of it there, and zooming back in, just so you can see the precision of getting that lined up. They're really good actually at getting the angle of it lined up on the ground with the crane before then taking it up into place. I mean, they've obviously done a few sections before this one, so they're probably experts at it by now. But I find that fascinating, you know, how they know exactly how to get the correct angle for it. And of course, then it was all about fastening it into place. And yeah, you can see here putting the first few bolts in. And literally securing that into place down there at the bottom. It did take more time for the top section, but yeah, that was literally the first bolt to go in there, and there he is bashing it into place. And that's a sign that, you know what, good job, well done, another piece as fit. And then of course you can see the drop just there, and this is the exciting part, because the final sections have already been joined together and they're on the ground ready to go into place. And it sounds like tomorrow is going to be the day that Hyperia tops off and officially becomes the tallest roller coaster in the UK, which is a very exciting moment. So we're going to be back down there tomorrow to hopefully watch this moment. I mean, the weather's looking good for tomorrow, and yeah, that's going to be Wednesday the 6th of March 2024, so could be a very historic day in the UK theme park industry. Of course, there's no guarantees, but it's certainly looking that way. We also know that having a crane like that on site must be costing a lot of money, so also if the weather's good, they're going to want to get that completed, and of course that crane will no longer be needed then. But yeah, like, look at that, already the lifter looks huge, some more angles of the drop, and then we even got some blue skies as well, so I thought, why not, I'll get some more footage, and that kind of shows actually how long we were down there. You know, they had all the grey skies, and then they had some lovely blue sky later on. We was down there for maybe like 4 hours today, but it was a really good atmosphere, and like I say, it took them some time to get this piece lifted in for the lift hill. You can see the little pieces sticking out on the left hand side. Of course, they'll be for the catwalk steps. And there's the main piece itself, the final section of Hyperia. Now, there is also a small support to go in. You can just see that down there on the ground, so that's got to go in, but once that's in place, this section will be able to be lifted in, and that, fingers crossed, is going to be tomorrow. So I'm expecting it to be a very busy day down at Monk's Walk, more people than ever before down there watching it, which is going to be very exciting. So of course, join us tomorrow for that one. Now, in terms of landscaping, they've started to put a few little bushes in just around here, nothing too exciting, but yeah, they have started the landscaping phase, and I'd imagine when that crane has gone, they can start putting in some more trees and planting around. The Hyperium, which is the shop, is progressing well down there as well. I'm hoping we're going to see some more of the, I don't want to say theming, because Hyperia isn't really themed, it's got more of a style about it, and we can see that here with the station as well. But a very exciting day, one that we're looking forward to tomorrow. So I thought, you know what, before we kind of share our final thoughts on everything we've seen here, we'll wait until tomorrow, because we're going to be seeing this hopefully topped out. As long as the weather's good and everything's on the park side, tomorrow will be an iconic day in Thorpe Park's history. But thanks for joining us here for another update on Theme Park Worldwide. We'll be back tomorrow with another update from Hyperia, hopefully getting topped off the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in tomorrow's video.